Dear subscribers, viewers, and friends, my greetings to all of you. The topic for our today's discussion is basic sentence patterns, basic sentence structures. Under this topic, we are going to learn 4 basic sentence patterns of English sentences. Do you like to learn? If so, please join me. My dear friends, when you speak in English language or when you write in English language, it's always good to produce your sentences based upon English sentence structures. Then you will look more formal. Got it? Otherwise, your speaking will be informal or your writing will be informal. If you want to be formal, structural, perfect, then better learn the structures of English sentences. So learning the structural patterns of English sentences will always good to improve your spoken English and your written English. Don't forget. Got it? Good. We are going to see those 4 basic structures one by one. Join me. Pattern number 1. S+V pattern. Subject plus verb pattern. Subject plus verb pattern is shortly called S+V pattern. In this pattern, we can produce sentences formally like the ones what I have given here as examples. Look at the first example. She is sleeping. She is the subject, is sleeping is the verb. We have used only subject and verb. Got it? We did not add any more word in this sentence. Look at the second sentence. He is sitting. He is the subject, is sitting is the verb. Once again, we have used only subject and verb in this sentence, and then we have kept the full stop and we have ended the sentence. We have not added any more word in this sentence. Look at the third example. He is writing. Once again, we have used only subject and the verb. Got it? Friends, you may be trying to ask me a question. Why I have ticked the first 2 sentences and why I have marked the last sentence wrong. Let me tell you why it is. She is sleeping. In this sentence and in the next sentence, he is sitting. I want you to look at the verb. Sleeping, sitting. These 2 verbs are called intransitive verbs. Intransitive verbs are the verbs which do not need any object to be placed after them in the sentence. You got it? Now look at the third sentence. He is writing. And the verb is writing. The main verb is writing. This verb, writing, is a transitive verb. Transitive verbs are the verbs which need an object to be placed after the verb in the sentence. You got it? So, When we produce sentences under this pattern S plus V, it's always good to stop only with subject and the verb. If you use intransitive verbs, you don't need to put an object after the verb in your sentence. So, just after the verb, you can keep a full stop and you can end your sentence. But if you use transitive verbs need an object to be written after the verb in the sentence to complete the structure. You got it? So, what I would like to tell you here is, when you produce sentences using S plus V pattern, it's always good to use intransitive verbs so that you can complete your sentence just after the verb. You can keep a full stop after the verb. Better to avoid using transitive verbs in this pattern because transitive verbs need objects to be written after the verb in the sentence. So you cannot keep a full stop just after the verb as you did with intransitive verbs. You got it? So that's why the first two sentences are marked right and the last sentence is marked wrong. I mean to tell you, avoid using transitive verbs under this pattern. Use always intransitive verbs so that you can complete the structure according to this pattern. You can complete the sentence according to this pattern. Got it? Good. If you have not understood this, you can contact me in the comment box and I'll be so happy to help you with more explanations to make you understand. Good. Pattern number 2. S plus V plus SC. Subject plus verb plus subject complement. Friends, you know subject, you know verb. You may not be knowing what is subject complement, right? Subject complement means it is just a word or a phrase which adds some more information about the subject. Got it? Subject complement is just a word or a phrase which gives more information or additional information about the subject. Now look at our examples. She is a teacher. She is the subject, is the verb, a teacher is the subject complement. Now a teacher gives an additional information about the subject she. Who is she? You got it? She is a teacher. I am a doctor. You are a learner, or you are a student. A student, a learner. These are all subject complements to the subject what we have used there. Look at the second sentence. He is a doctor. He is the subject. Is the verb. A doctor is the subject complement to the subject he in this sentence. I hope you can follow me. Again, I repeat, if you have not understood, Listen to this explanation once again or twice. Still, if you can't get it, please contact me in the comment box. I will certainly help you with it. Don't worry about it. Good. Let's move on to pattern number 3. Pattern number 3, S plus V plus O. Subject plus verb plus object. Look at our examples now. She gave a book. She is the subject, gave is the verb, a book is the object of this sentence. Now, my dear friends, look at the verb gave. The verb gave is a transitive verb. So, an object must be placed after the verb in your sentence. This is what I was trying to tell you when we saw pattern number 1. I told you, try to use always intransitive verbs according to pattern number 1. Don't use transitive verbs in pattern number 1 because transitive verbs, you need to put an object after the verb. So when you place an object, the structure is not S plus V. The structure will become S plus V plus O. You got it? That's the reason under S plus V, I told you, use mostly intransitive verbs. I hope you can follow me. Good. Look at our next example. Under pattern number 3, the teacher is teaching English. The teacher is the subject, is teaching is the verb, English is the object. Do you understand? So, subject, verb, object. The teacher is the subject, is teaching is the verb, English is the object. S plus V plus O pattern. Let's move on to pattern number 4. S plus V plus DO plus IO. Subject plus verb plus direct object plus indirect object. Look at our examples. She gave a book to me. She is the subject, gave is the verb, a book is the direct object, to me is the indirect object. This sentence is according to this pattern, S plus V plus DO plus IO. My dear friends and viewers, now in your mind, you may try to ask a question on how to distinguish between direct object and indirect object. Is that your question? Good. Listen to me. She gave a book to me. Take this example for our discussion. I am going to give you a formula which you have to remember so that you can identify the direct object and indirect object from any sentence. Got it? We have got a small sentence here. She gave a book to me. This is just a small sentence. To find out the direct object and indirect object, will be easy. But if you follow this formula that I'm going to tell you, you can easily identify direct object and indirect object in any sentence, even the sentence is long. Got it? Look, whenever you want to find out or identify direct object in a sentence, you need to take the help of the subject and verb plus ask the question what. If you get an answer for this question what, then that answer will be direct object. Now let's check in the first example. Subject is she, gave is the verb, right? Take the help of subject and verb and ask the question what. Now let's take the help of subject and verb. She gave, because she is the subject, gave is the verb. She gave what? She gave what? She gave a book. Got it? So the answer is a book. So a book is the direct object of this sentence or in this sentence. Similarly, to find out indirect object, you can ask another question. As we have taken the help of subject and verb previously, even now for this question, take the help of subject and verb and ask the question to whom? To whom? Now let's ask, she gave to whom? We have already found out the direct object is a book, right? So she gave a book to whom? To me. To me is the answer for this question. So me is the indirect object in this sentence. You got it? Good. So when you frame your sentence, compose your sentence with subject, verb, direct object and indirect object, your sentence will fall under pattern number 4, S+V+DO+IO. You got it? The same sentence, she gave a book to me, can be also written in this way. She gave me a book. She gave me a book. It's possible. After the verb, we have placed an object. Whether it is indirect object or direct object, but we have placed an object after this transitive verb. That's what important. So you can say she gave a book to me, or you can say she gave me a book. Look at our next example. The teacher is teaching English to his students. The teacher is the subject, is teaching is the verb. Now let's find out what is the direct object. Take the help of the subject and the verb. Subject is the teacher and the verb is teaching. The teacher is teaching what? The teacher is teaching English, right? So the answer is English. So English is the direct object in this sentence. You got it? Let's ask the other question. To whom? with the help of subject and verb. Possibly you can take the help of the direct object also. Let's ask the question. The teacher is teaching English to whom? To his students, right? So his students is the indirect object in this sentence. You got it? I believe you might have understood this lesson clearly. As I told you earlier, if you have not understood, listen to this explanation once again or even twice. Still, if you cannot get some idea here, contact me in the comment box. I will help you. My dear friends, feel free to contact me. By the way, I request all of you subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon so that whenever I publish a video, it will be notified to you. I also request you to share this channel with your friends and families. I hope you will do it. Good. Let's grow together. My dear friends, my advice for you, whether you are the beginner or you already know to speak and write in English language, kindly take this advice positively. It's always good to produce your sentences when you speak or when you write according to the patterns formally. So you will look formal. Follow these patterns and compose your sentences. Your English is good. Your English will be good. Your spoken English will be polished. Your written English will be polished. You got it? Keep these examples under each pattern as models for you and start producing your own sentences. Look at pattern number 2 and the examples there. She is a teacher. Keep this sentence as a model for you and you start producing, you start jiggling your own sentences. She is a teacher, so how can you produce your own sentence? My uncle is a doctor, right? You can just change the sentence with your own words and with your own new ideas. The same way, under pattern number 3, you can also produce your own sentence, keeping these examples as your model. She gave a book. So now, keeping this model, how can you produce your own sentence? Think and see. You can say, my uncle bought a car. That's it. So that's how you can produce your own sentences. Practice that way to be fluent with English structures. Got it? To be familiar with English structures. The same way you can produce your own sentences, keeping these examples under pattern 4 as your models, and try to practice. Good. My dear friends, I believe this lesson would have certainly been very helpful to you. Was it helpful? If so, Give a like to this video. Write your opinions in the comment box. I am waiting for your comments. Good. Thank you for watching this lesson. Thank you for participating in learning these 4 basic sentence patterns. And we will meet in our next lesson with a new topic. Until then, I wish you all a very happy day.